I'm coming. Hi, Luca. Luca's really upset about Julian Assange. He's got a ribbon on. So we have Free Assange. Torture of journalists means no more truth. Stop torturing journalists. Mainstream media lies. Free Julian Assange now. Meet at Parliament Wednesday 27th of October, noon at 12, and then we're going to go to the British High Commission. Trial in London Wednesday, Thursday 27th and 28th of October in London, which will be at the Strand, and there's actions all around the world, 60 actions over the week, 39 cities, 14 countries. If war is started with lies, peace can be started with the truth. Stop jailing journalists. Free Julian Assange, free press. And here's Stephen taking some photos. Okay, Stephen, can you get into the group? I'm going to come over and interview you guys. Nice. Right, so we have Free Assange New Zealand, Aotearoa for Assange kind of crew. Free Assange, everybody, yep. Okay, and so Lynn, first, because you're going to take the camera.
Yeah.
Would you like to say anything about the trial or about what's going on?
The persecution of Julian Assange and the impact it's having on journalists and free speech is despicable. The fact that the CIA and everyone has gone after him and threatened his life, have staged actual people and witnesses that were untrue. It's absolutely disgusting what has happened to him. And the press and the media should be standing up for him and protecting the right of free speech and journalism, because it is critical for truth in our world. Free Assange.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to hand it to you.
Right. Sounds good.
And hopefully there's a microphone on the side there, so
Okay,
be careful.
yep, be careful.
Okay,
All right,
thank
great.
you so much. Okay, does anyone else want to say a few words? I can say that there is a protest in 60 events over the week, 39 cities involved, 14 countries, all listed at Candles for Assange with the number 4, and that's on Twitter and Facebook. We've been widely published on various YouTube channels this week. It's been really exciting. That includes Rogue News. Asia Pacific Today is going to air in the next sort of day or so. And also we had a wonderful live stream with Rose McGowan, who was brainstorming a Netflix protest, which is going to go on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I'm going to turn up at 36 Brandon Street with some candles and just lay it outside the Netflix office for New Zealand.
Nice.
36 Brandon Street pavement. And that is a live, real-time debunk of the Assange smear on Netflix that Rose is leading. And we are Free Assange New Zealand, and we've also got a petition on Action Station for his asylum. And I believe that there is going to be a press conference next week with Daniel Ellsberg.
Oh, great.
John Shipton, Craig Tuck. And we're trying to work on a deeper driver from London. So we've got a really excellent panel organised by Aotearoa for Assange up in Auckland, who are locked down at the moment. So they're doing it online. And obviously with all the revelations regarding the CIA and Pompeo threatening to assassinate Julian, there's a lot of press organisations, 30, ACLU leading a protest as well for this event. And they are all speaking out now about Julian, which is really welcome. I think that really shocked them, the CIA. What's disappointing about that whole article is that it all came out through Max Blumenthal over a year ago. We all knew about this.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was confirmed, but it's been confirmed by now 30 US government members. And they used that opportunity to add a smear about Russia, which is completely, as always, unfounded. And they're trying to make a link between the fact that he was trying to get to Ecuador through being a diplomat for Ecuador in Russia, and that was going to be their way out. But there's never been any, Julian turned down any kind of Russian involvement. So that's why he didn't get out of the embassy, actually.
That's right.
Because he didn't want to go to Russia.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a very interesting case, and it's been completely discredited in terms of legal privilege as well. So a lot of things to consider. We're really concerned that now journalists are too scared to tell the truth because of the chilling effect and the fact that we're blatantly torturing an individual in plain main site who never did anything but report the truth accurately for 15 years without a single retraction. So that's all I have to say. Does anyone else want to say a few words?
You've done well, but is he going to see this?
I don't think so. He's not got really access.
We're just trying to support him, so pass the message on to Julian that we feel for him, you know, what he's going through. So that's why we're here, trying to support him as best we can from here.
Yeah, thank you.
I do hope that the UK sees the right way forward. I thought they left the EU to be an independent country, but now it seems they're not so independent, going by these legal proceedings. So all the best for Julian, that he does remain in the UK at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get that UK judge out of there.
Yeah, let's hope he gets
Corrupt
on an
judge.
ankle bracelet.
That's
Very,
right.
very least.
Corrupt judge. Anything to say?
Yeah, I would make a plea for the New Zealand government to support Julian.
Yeah,
It's really important. Here's a guy that's been imprisoned really illegally on false pretenses, but who actually tried very hard to document and release files showing the human rights violations, crimes against humanity, illegal wars, and we should be celebrating WikiLeaks and Julian Assange for the tremendous amount of information that he gave us about what is really happening in the world. It's time to stand up to him. We shouldn't be allowing this trial to go ahead. It's just bizarre. Thank you.
Yeah. Protect whistleblowers and protect the truth.
Yeah, I can say one more. Also, I've got my Irish passport, and I'm aware that the Irish representatives of their parliament, they've got about 30 of them, have said they support Julian Assange. But I'm ashamed of my New Zealand citizenship because not one MP in New Zealand has said anything. It's shameful.
Yeah, I have to add to that. Really, New Zealand is one of the few countries in the world without a working group, let alone a single politician speaking out. The media has done a complete blackout job here, more so than Australia. I know he's an Australian citizen, but propaganda is pretty thick in Australia, and they've at least got some news on him. Here it has been the most grotesque blackout, and when they do choose to speak about him, they use a smear. So we have the EU Parliament standing up, we have Ireland standing up, we have Iceland, Switzerland, Geneva offered him asylum already, Mexico offered him asylum already. We have in Canada and America, there are people speaking out that are prominent, and so it just seems like the only country left in the world. It really does. And Germany, there's like about 30 protests every day thanks to FreeAssange EU. In London, there's about 3 per week. A couple of years ago before COVID, we had 55 actions regularly around the world, many in Germany and many in America, and now we're really starting from scratch again post-COVID. It's not really post-COVID yet, but we're really trying to build it up again. So I think that's
all right. Great. All right, thank you. Free Assange!
Free Assange!
Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Oh, one last, Craig.
started up FreeAssange New Zealand with myself.
It was Alex's initiative.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but what would I
And then we came up with the idea about petitioning the New Zealand Parliament to give Julian Assange asylum in 2018. Well, it was at the time, but the petition did get some air and then went to the Parliament, and they said that they didn't have any jurisdiction to consider the matter. I mean, things have moved on a long way, and I mean, it's really and also the larger thing about the media and what it represents to the public. You know, like they lie about Assange, they lie about the wars and the start of the wars, and they're lying to us about the COVID thing as well. But I mean, so there's so many things that we've been lied about. Like, it's very hard to consider that we have an informed democracy. Right? If people are not getting the right inputs, there's no way that they can make valid decisions and make decisions in the public good, right? Like for themselves and for the community.
Mainstream media
And
wise.
yeah, so it's really important that we support Julian Assange. It's really important that we support journalism as a principle, and it's really important that journalists, right, if they have any sort of ethics and integrity, that they continue to stand up and report the truth about any matter.
That's right.
We're just
Amen.
driven by fear, aren't
Yeah.
we? And we're making very foolish decisions
That's right.
as a country.
Well, I mean,
all of us.
some people are making very foolish decisions on behalf of the team of 5 million.
That's right.
And
That's
it's
right.
really problematic because they're only listening to a small section of people that are giving them information, not listening to real science. So, like, if someone says to you that science cannot be questioned or listen to the science, right, they don't know what they're talking about because
That's right.
Settled science.
science is like a moving thing,
Yeah.
right? And we're always discovering new stuff, right?
That's right.
And it's quite, quite clear, like if we look at like everything that's going on in respect to the COVID thing, that like there is a diversity of opinion about like what is the right way to treat someone who might have COVID, and the fact that they're actually like making mandates to people who are healthy, right, about like stay at home and all the rest of it is just crazy.
And testing
Amen.
healthy people is actually against the whole PCR.
And now they're
But
threatening
anyway, but we don't want to
families
stay in
and
the
their
same.
jobs.
I think he was silenced because
Unless
of what's
they get
rolling
a-
out.
Yeah.
He warned us in one of his last video appearances in the last question he answered, but also in other statements he said that a pandemic is going to be used to bring in the next stage. I mean, there's this amazing quote from him. He laid it out.
Yeah.
Julian
Julian.
Assange said that a pandemic is going to be utilised in order to bring in. Yes, he predicted it, and it's just recently been found by one of the activists. Yeah. I'll tweet it out from Greenweaver Art.
Yeah,
because
that'd
I
be
don't like
great.
to mix the COVID. There's a lot of people who respectfully are choosing for themselves.
Yeah.
But our worry is whether they're doing so with informed
That's right.
consent. And if we look at applied behavioural psychology and how they're actually employing psychologists now to lie, it's not just lies anymore. It's actually manipulation on a mental state. And I think that we as Assange supporters are largely immune because we've had this for years. We've had this and smearing of Assange using applied behavioural psychology and linguistic programming. We've had this for years and it's been confirmed in documents. And this is what's going on. The same players, the very same criminals are doing this to us too.
That's right.
Yeah.
that's
So
right.
it is all linked, and I believe he was silent. A lot of people believe that he was silenced because of what's rolling out right
Right.
I actually applied. There was a job in Prime Minister and Cabinet in New Zealand for a senior policy analyst disinformation, and I applied for it.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been great.
I
You
know.
should have been the best.
I gave them some of the information that I'd like discovered and written about and things like that. And when they looked at the evidence that I'd given them in my submission or in my application, they decided that I didn't fit the criteria.
Of course not.
Don't
I
have
know.
critical thinking skills.
I know, that's right.
So free Assange!
Free Assange! Free Assange! Free press! Stop the persecution! That's right. Stop the
Tell
persecution.
the truth, British
Yeah,
media.
that's right. All right. Thank you.